Guys, seriously, are you serious? Massive apocalyptic ice falling in Oklahoma yesterday, and still 375,000 people without power and don't know when they're going to get power. This ice storm was of a biblical proportion. And of course, when you still got the leaves on the trees, you still got all the leaves. When you have an ice storm like that, it's going to break the bough, okay? Rockabye baby in the treetop. This thing is going to fall, guys. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall, guys. There's no doubt about it. And that's what happened in Oklahoma. Let me just put a shout out right now. I'm going to tell you 12 people injured as well in Oklahoma. Can I put a shout out right now for, look, www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. After 20 years of age, your body will naturally decrease its collagen production by about 12% each passing decade. And this is a leading reason why our skin appears thinner and more wrinkled as we age. Now, Ageless Multi-Collagen by BioTrust. This stuff is really, really good. It provides you with 5 different types of collagen for your body and all of the needs to listen. It's really full of protein. What? No, it's not any human collagen at all. I would never endorse that. Instead, there's 3 plants, 1 eggs, and fish. The collagen from those naturally help enhance your skin, your fingernails, your hair. Really, seriously, it's just amazing. The joint flexibility, it's great. And guys, if you go to www.healthwithpaul.com, you can get this Ageless Multi-Collagen by BioTrust. Just go to www.healthwithpaul.com, www.healthwithpaul.com. Guys, they've cut the price 51% and free shipping. Just go to www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. 1 scoop in the soup or in the smoothie or, the coffee or your cereal, whatever. It's tasteless. It's odorless. It's ageless, really. And that's what you'll be. Guys, let me put this out real fast. What's going on? Oh, yes. Oklahoma. What? Oklahoma? Yes. That's the reason God made Oklahoma, and I am missing you. Seriously, it's a 375,000 people without power, 12 people injured from the Oklahoma ice storm of a biblical proportion. By this afternoon, more than 375,000 Oklahomans have lost power since the ice storms hit on Oklahoma on Monday. And according to the Oklahoma State Department of Health, 12 people have been injured and are reported in area hospitals. The injuries include 1 person was cut or pierced with falling branches. 6 people slipped and fell and are injured, are in hospitals. 2 people were poisoned from carbon monoxide poisoning because they slid off the road, and 3 people have been injured due to transportation accidents due to the excessive ice storm. Matter of fact, Oklahoma Corporation Commission reports that 388,794 outages, individual homes or businesses without power. If you are without power, there are shelters and there's even warming stations available. Even Ebenezer Baptist Church in Oklahoma City is open for a shelter tonight. So is the One American Red Cross overnight shelter is open. That's in El Reno Citizen Center in South Grand El Reno, Oklahoma. Also, the Church of God is open over on 304 Lakeview Drive in Guthrie, Oklahoma, and Homily Public Library on 121 West Main Street in Homily, Oklahoma, is also open for a shelter. Also, the Red Cross has 3 warming centers. You can go in and get warmed up. You can't stay the night. The Cox Convention Center in Oklahoma City. It's over on Myrid Gardens. Also, Blackwell First Baptist Church. You can get warmed up there at Blackwell, Oklahoma, and Geary Community Center in Geary, Oklahoma. Okay. These are all available for folks during this time. Really great that these churches and Red Cross and those different groups are working together to help the fine people of Oklahoma. It's just incredible what we're dealing with right now, but we can't seem to. And oh, by the way, as you guys know, the hurricane is just about ready to slam into Louisiana. Let's just do a quick update on that while we're at it. Hurricane Zeta. Here's the update. 41 minutes ago, it looks like it just hit. Hurricane Zeta does make landfall just within the hour in Louisiana as a Category 2. Hurricane Zeta made landfall in Louisiana this afternoon, just about less than an hour ago, as a Category 2 storm, the latest to strike the state of Louisiana during this record-breaking 2020 hurricane season. And according to the Associated Press, Zeta had sustained winds of 110 miles an hour during the afternoon as workers closed one of the last floodgates surrounding New Orleans. Man, they just barely got it closed. New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell said the city hall and the city's iconic streetcars had closed in preparation for the storm, which had initially been predicted to make landfall as a Category 1. But I told you guys 3 days ago this thing was going to be a Category 2. I tell you, we're just not preparing as well. I don't know what it is. The weather people are afraid to say it and be off. So they seem to be guessing low so that if it goes over, but see, to me, you're better off it's better off to over prepare than to be under prepared. Okay. And that's what happens to the public if they don't get this info. Matter of fact, tropical storm warnings were issued as far as North Georgia mountains. The good news, though, is you take good news where you can. The storm's forward speed is 17 miles an hour. That's projected to increase, and so it's going to get in and get out of here relatively quickly and not stick around and just dump tons of water. And then we're going to be able to assess the damage more quickly. But it's 110 mile an hour winds, guys. That is a brutal storm. Governor John Bel Edwards said in an interview on the Weather Channel this afternoon. Hurricane Zeta is the 27th storm in the Atlantic Ocean this season. The record all time is 28. And it's the 12th storm to hit America, 5 of them in Louisiana. While previous storms this season did not directly hit New Orleans, it was in the warning areas of 7 previous storms this year. And the city emergency director, Colin Arnold, said the city may not be as lucky with this one. This one may cause more damage in Louisiana than the other 6. Yesterday, Zeta ran across Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, toppling trees and briefly cutting the power out to 300,000 people, but nobody died in that impact. Now, according to the Associated Press, reported that Hurricane Zeta's path is slightly east of August Hurricane Laura, which killed 27 people in Louisiana after making landfall at the community of Creole, Louisiana. Earlier this month, Hurricane Delta hit the same exact area, exacerbating the damage that was caused by Hurricane Laura. And authorities later reported that 3 people have died during Delta or its in aftermath of it in Louisiana and in Florida. So it's been an ugly time down in the Gulf states dealing with it. Mississippi, you're going to get a ton of rain, a lot of wind and damage. Look for power outages in Louisiana, Mississippi, parts of Alabama, parts of Georgia. Will probably lose power in several areas along the path of this storm. So our prayers are going out to everybody down south dealing with Hurricane Zeta. Also, our prayers are going out to everybody in Oklahoma still suffering from this apocalyptic ice storm that hit Oklahoma. And we're still praying for everybody suffering from the tragic wildfires that continue to rage in California. These and I just voted. Heidi and I just went and voted, and so we're excited about that. Had to stand outside 15, 20 minutes in line just to get in the door of a community church there to vote. And I'm thinking this is 6 days before the election, and there's a line 20 minutes long outside. What will it be on November 3rd, election day? Also, 69 million people have already voted across America. Think about that. You say listen, that's enormous. When you consider that Hillary Clinton got 65 million votes and Donald Trump got 62 million votes in 2016. In other words, about 127 million votes. 69 million have already voted 6 days before election day. This will be probably the all-time record of votes ever in the history of a political election. So what does it all mean? Well, when will we know the answer? When will it be? Who knows? But be alert, be awake, be prepared, and be ready for anything can happen. I'm still predicting that Trump will win the election, and I think he's going to win by a pretty good sized margin, to be honest with you. But then again, when will we find that out? That night, the next day, a week later, a month later, a Supreme Court ruling later? Can't answer that. Okay, I just can't answer that. Wow, are you serious? Give your life to Jesus Christ. Seriously, we're running out of time. You know that. I don't even have to tell you that, but I will. Give your life to Jesus Christ, folks. Get ready. Because there is a coming apocalypse.